Once again, you are welcome to Biafra Sunday School with us, the IPOB Truth Bearers. Today is another day, and we have come to do what we know how to do the best. And what we know how to do the best is to dish out the truth, bringing the truth, factors based on facts and the figures, then giving it out to Biafrans and the world at large. I am your serviceable servant, Evangelist Inimaka Lohud, domiciled here in the city of Valencia, Spain. And from here, I am greeting you. I hail from Ohafia. Ohafia is in Abia and Abia of Biafra land. I am here with my comrades, Mama Patricia and Maze Silas Onwumere, who will introduce themselves and give their preliminary words to Biafrans just as I am doing. So Biafrans and the world at large, we are hereby encouraging you not to give up hope, concerning Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's condition, which is the most troublesome matter against the real Biafrans, the Biafrans who really mean well and who really desire and pursue our collective freedom just as we do. So if we begin to consider circumstances, we will be discouraged. But when we remember our freedom that is at stake, that had not been given to us, the freedom that has to do with the build-up of our present and the future generations, our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, because without freedom, nothing can progress. Without good leadership, nothing can progress. Freedom and good leadership does not exist in Nigeria. Nigeria is a fraud. Nigeria is based on fraudulence. So as soon as Nigeria continues to exist, forget anything about freedom. They may promise you freedom, they may promise you prosperity, they may promise you everything, but there had been a system, a satanic system, upon which Nigeria is established that can never permit even the willing ones among the politicians to proffer the freedom to the people, because it is what they have agreed upon. And we are not running this platform and this program with fallacies. We do not run it with blackmailing. Rather, we run our programs with absolute correction. And we are here for brain resets. Because if we keep quiet, the Nigerian politicians, the globalists, and all of the international conspirators will continue to brainwash our people. We are not to forget that it is this brainwashing that has trapped us, all of us, the Africans, under slavery for centuries. I mean, for hundreds of years. And the time has come when we have begun to reverse the case. And it has become an everlasting project, what we can never stop doing, because any day we stop doing it, the enemies, the adversary, will continue, and they will go and destroy all of our effort while establishing and continue to establish their falsehood. So that is the reason we must not stop. That is the reason we must continue. And it is our responsibility to ensure that we do not mislead you, but we give you the word of the truth. It is also your responsibility to receive the word of the truth, applying it in your daily endeavors, and hoping and also aspiring and expecting and working towards the liberation of all Biafrans and beyond, from Biafra to Africa and to humanity at large. All who are zealous, all who are conscientious, and all who they want to be freed. Because it is one thing to offer someone freedom, then it is another thing for that person to accept the freedom. Because I speak, there are people who do not want to be freed from their bondages. However, there are those, of which we are, who really value freedom more than anything else anyone may offer us. That is the reason we can never keep quiet. And that is the reason we must keep educating our people And that is the reason we must ensure that our people come to proper understanding of the truth and of the reality, compelling them only with the truth and not with violence, to ensure that our people begin to apply the principles of reality, of truth, and of uprightness, through which our freedom will actually be gotten. Irrespective of the saboteurs among us, we must continue. When the righteous is in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked hijack the throne, the people mourn. So it is our collective duty to ensure that the righteous are those who have the zeal to put things aright, who have the zeal to do things rightly, who have the zeal to ensure that things go the way they are supposed to go. This is the meaning of the righteous. And everyone who does this is doing the work of God in one way or the other, either as a preacher or as a Christian or nobody. Hence, what we are doing is right in the sight of God, not just in the sight of humanity or just in our own sight, but in the sight of God. It is righteousness. And that is what we must continue to do, because without that, freedom does not exist. Let me stop here and pass the microphone to one of my comrades, and starting from my side up, Mama Patricia, give your preliminary word to Biafrans and the world at large, introducing yourself, while we pass it to veteran Silas.
Thank you, Collins, for
God bless.
having me. Biafrans, we are here again on our usual course, cruise. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and happy Sunday to you all, wherever you are. We have come back in this platform where our leader, His Excellency, Nwa Chineke, attested and approved, told us that this is where we let our voice out to the world, so that heaven and earth will hear us. Even those staying in the grave will make record that they had us. The platform where we preach the gospel of redemption, because we are all bounded, designed to die. But by the mercies of God, God sent His servant and anointed him with truth. The truth that have set us free. As you see us here, you receive the truth, and the truth will make you free. We are free men, alongside with our mass, they are our leader. And we are here to preach that same message, that same gospel, gospel of redemption, gospel of liberation, gospel that will make you to live to your utmost goal as God made us to be. Not where we'll be reading and over-reading like animals, like baboons that we see in Nigeria. Zoological republic of demons. Den of demon, that's what that zoology is. And thank God Mars has brought the light in the dungeon of darkness and has sanitized our brain, our mind. Now we reason correctly. Now we know we have the image of God in us. Now we know that God called us to be free, not to be servants to anybody. And if the Son shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. I will repeat, we are free. This is the platform where we portray that message, so that those who hears it from afar will start receiving light and life there, and start producing and have the dignity of God in them. Mazi said that our Biafra is our religion, it's our identity. That's where we worship, on the platform of the truth. Because anything constructed on the truth, it lasts forever. Nothing can make it to fall. Biafra is not negotiable. It doesn't matter how the British government with their agents everywhere. It doesn't matter how the American government or the France or any government at all in the world. It doesn't matter how they connive and buy their props, their puppets, to want to make us not to shout out and possess what is our right. It doesn't matter. They can delay it, but they can never deny it. Because the fire of righteousness and justice and equity from the Most High God, when the time comes, the same thing that happened to Egypt and the rest of the world government in their time, like Hitler, like Pharaoh, it will happen to them. Because there's only one power and one government that is forever, and that is God's own. He puts down one and he raises up another. Kingdom comes and kingdoms goes, but God institutes that which will be. So they are wasting their time. We have told them, and our leader has made it known worldwide, that Biafra is not negotiable. Biafra is not monetizable. Biafra is all that makes us what we are doing, what God created us to do, and nobody can deny that. All these riffraffs call themselves governors and presidents and politicians and what have you, that are going about gallivanting here and there, deceiving themselves and those that are like them. They know very well that they will all be banished when the time comes. They and their whole generation family will be banished because they loved evil, and they will follow evil that they love and go to the posture where God has created for those that commit evil, abominable, those deceivers, and they deceive. They will follow their father, the devil, to where God has prepared for them. For this Nigeria, they are trying to give life support. Can never resuscitate. It's not viable. It's never sustainable anymore to any human being living or breathing. As God did not reverse the case of Sodom and Gomorrah, how much more zoological that has passed the 3 stages that will even make them to survive. They have crossed it, the boundary. No wonder Mazi said, we have crossed the Rubicon. Nigeria has crossed it. And what betide any efule, any intellectual, any money lover person that is deceiving themselves and thinking they are playing a game, what betide them? Because what they are cooking, it will come back to them and swallow them all. So Biafrans, gather yourselves together, turn to the right light, that green light that man has already ignited. Prepare yourselves and say, for once, I am fed up of playing games. Let me be serious and save my land. If not, you have a score to settle with God. My name is Patricia, and I'm from Anambra, and I'm a Biafra. God made me a Biafra. the seed of God. That's where we are from. And I am not trading it with anything. Not lying, not deceiving, not mago, not odechi, not anything at all. But on the platform of justice and righteousness and purity, which Master has put in us. And I thank God he brought it. Because we know who we are now. Come and join us and share this program. And do the needful wherever you are. Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you, Mama Patricia. That's a wonderful one. Without further delay, let's turn over to you. Introduce yourself to Biafrans and give them your opening remark.
Thank you, Evangelist Inyima. Thank you, Mama Patricia. You are wonderful. Your opening remarks are simply a dream. Thank you very much. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night, fellow Biafrans all over the world, IPOB family all over the world. Are you still awake? Are you still on? Are you still with our Mazi? The only and the humble, simple prince we have. He is our king. We love him so much. And God loves him more. That is why he chose him to lead us out of darkness into light. Because Nigeria is darkness. Nigeria is wickedness. Nigeria is torture. Nigeria is deceit. Nigeria is falsehood. There is nothing good about Nigeria. Nigeria is worse than Sodom. Nigeria is worse than Gomorrah. This is why God has given us a servant of his who never played any card. He was not in the business of playing cards. He was in the business of delivering the messages of God and doing the work of God. Like his predecessors, Moses, Yehoshua, and even our eternal leader, Dim Odimogwejuku, whose spirit he got a double fold. Biafrans, remnants, we are calling you from this platform of Truth Bearer. This is where we are, bearing the truth and the legacy which the Lord laid down through his humble servant, Mazi Nnamdi Okwu Kanu. He is there and he is keeping to his vow to God, never to betray the duty, the ministry handed over to him. And we are here bearing witness to it. And this is why we are the truth bearers. We will die with him. We will rise with him. We will walk in this land of light, truth, prosperity, freedom, liberty, and service and worship to God. Biafra is a spirit. Biafra is God's kingdom here. The only kingdom that will liberate mankind, especially in Africa. And this is why the demon, this is what the demon does not want to hear. Did you not hear it? That there was an accord, there was an agreement in 1972 that a group vowed, the people vowed, Britain vowed, the international community vowed, backed seriously by Britain, never to allow the zoo to grow. Never, over their dead body. This is why Harold Wilson, who was the Prime Minister of Britain, when they waged war against us, he and the dead Queen sponsored the war of aggression against Biafrans, against the people of God, and turned around to call us rebels, turned around to paint us black before the international community. Harold Wilson, I say it again, said they will not let Biafra go because Biafra is the light. Biafra will liberate Africa. Biafra will challenge Britain and the international war and put them out of their superiority. So, my fellow Biafrans, having heard all this and seen all this, why are you still groping? Why are you still groping? Why can't you stand on your feet and say no to the name given to you by other people? How can you carry a name that is not your name? A name given to you by white men, by a Flephus, and you parade yourself all over the place with borrowed names. Are you not ashamed? This is why our leader called us animals who cannot reason. Even animals are better than us. Animals are better than us. Especially ndị Igbo, onye mere unu ihe, anya ga-ara na mma. Ndị Igbo, jealous, greedy, idiots. Ndị Hausa na-akpọ unu nyamini. That if a nyamini dies, give her a 2 halfpenny, you know, jingle on his ear, and he will wake up. And you are still carrying that name, carrying that mark. Biafrans, rise up, let us go. Rise up, let us go. Where you are is not your home. East, west, north, and south, home is home. Home is where you will be free. Home is where you will deliver. Home is where you will realize all your dreams, all your potentials. And our home is Biafra. It is not two, it is one. Biafra is our home. And Biafra is our religion. Biafra is light. Biafra is freedom. Let us go home to the light and to freedom. Thank you very much for yet another day, Sunday school. I am very sorry that our business is only on Sunday. And we have so many things to deliver, but we cannot because we have just a few hours. Bear with us, but the little we can do, please appreciate it and use it. For this freedom is just not negotiable. I am Silas Honor. I am from Umuleke, Amibo, in the old Olo province of Biafra land. Join us. Come and make your contribution. Come and worship with us. And come that we may work together. For divided will fall, and united will ever succeed and stand. Thank you very much.
God bless you, veteran, for another wonderful one. And without further delay, let us pray. I welcome you this very children of light. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I welcome you this very evening, and as I do so, please, I will encourage you to speak to those around you to also welcome them. I expect you to propagate this very link to the ends of this very earth. I expect you to let your friends and your family know. And for those of you that have left their homes this evening to listen to the broadcast in the car outside, pretending you're making a call, I also welcome you. There are those who are hiding inside the cupboard. There are those who have now said to their wives that they had a job to do in the basement. They have run away. They have gone to listen to us. That their lives have been enriched. That their understanding may grow exponentially. That their encapsulation of what is happening in a damnable zoological republic may make sense to them. That is why we are here. To preach this very gospel of heaven uncompromisingly and steeped in the truth that it should come with and that it always has to come with. We must pray this very evening before we proceed because we have a lot to get through. Today, as always, we are going to be interactive. Our lines are not open yet. Please, I suggest you do not call us. Our lines are not open. When I will open the line, or when eventually we do open the line, I will inform you accordingly. Right now, we must hand over our proceedings to the Most High. And this very evening, I got very interesting, should I say, messages from people who begin to question what we are doing with our faith. And in order to reassure them and to all those who are listening, that we hear the Ten Commandments is key. That is why we are going to pray the prayer of Yeshua. A very simple prayer. Because the disciples asked him, Lord, how do you want us to pray? And Yeshua said to them, this is the way you pray. By Yeshua, I mean Jesus Christ to Western European Christians. We must pray. Our Father who art in heaven, because there is no other like thee. There are no two or three gods, it is only you, indivisible, ancient of days. Thou art in heaven, because you reside in the firmament of the unknown. You inhabit the realm of the spirit. You are not flesh or not man. Hallowed be thy name. Hallowed be thy name, because there is not like thee. Thy kingdom will come on this very earth, as you have promised us in the land of Biafra. Let thy will be done in our life that is it in heaven. Give us this very day our daily bread, even in coronavirus season.
for we have no other God apart from thee. Yeshua was asked, how do we pray? And Yeshua said, there is only one God in heaven. And he said, he said, that is the prayer of heaven. That's really when that was the prayer that Yeshua prayed to show there is no other God apart from one indivisible God in heaven. Elohim Adonai El Shaddai, God of creation, the only creator of everything that is created, but none created him. Everlasting, from generation to generation, immortal God, indivisible God, the God of the ancients. There is nothing to be compared to thee. No mortal flesh can be compared to thee, because you are eternal. And as you have taught us to pray, so have we prayed tonight, that Biafra may come, that your temple may be built in Arochukwu, that once again your children will be able to worship you in truth and in every honesty, that all the confusion may disappear, and that we may come to thee to offer thee glory, because only you is worthy to be praised. May your name be adored forever and ever, we pray.
He said,
Amen.
We must proceed this very evening, and for those who do not know, I will recommend that you go on Google and you type in the Lord's Prayer, because Jesus Christ was asked by his disciples, Master, Rabbi, teach us how to pray, and he taught them how to pray. And it is our Father who art in heaven, to signify there is no other God apart from the God in heaven. Very practical. We must preach the gospel of truth, this very gospel of redemption, this very gospel of hope, this very gospel of renewal, that humanity may bear us witness. Some people complain they don't get notifications when we start our broadcast because you have not liked the page. Good evening. What? Has come to pass. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning, please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages, and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is mineral. The same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place. Tell me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace seriousness. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. People are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kano? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did you not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa, we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. It is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why, instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive from place to all of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day I want you to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle Nama from over 300 miles. Claiming Yoruba forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax Yoruba forest. Every Nigerian is free to live anywhere. And do their business anywhere, yes. But when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kano, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels, but you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and grace anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you? The Fulanis we are talking, they call them the Funa movement. Our attention has been drawn to a decree credited to one Rotimi Akeredolu, asking Fulani people who have occupied some forests in Ondo State to quit. We are also aware of another incident in Oyo State where an illiterate political talk gave quick notice to Fulani people to leave their territories, which are now their irreversible homes. Are you listening? Fulani are now saying that Yoruba forest is now their irreversible home. They have now occupied Yoruba land in perpetuity. And I want to let my Yoruba friends understand this. You see, in life, anytime you support evil, evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this BIAFRA movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from Biafra land. If they go now, we'll have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? They're saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. Look at what they're doing in the East. In the East, they come to the East, I will tell you, oh, you want to be the president or vice? Yeah. They say, give us land. They give them land. I saw just Okado did that law Banta. They have taken it over in forever and ever. Give us land in your state. Hope most of them are proof to us that you are stood. Give us land in Olu. Hope most of them will give them land in Olu. We can go and kill people in Obibo. We can kill for them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer a misery. But see, they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Ruga. Go and kill your people to prove to us that you want Nigeria. That was why Obi was talking rubbish. Was talking yesterday or 2 days ago. Supported by the BBC. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people, Punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation, they are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never, ever be objective in their reportage. Never, ever, ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Indomie in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you are from Urobo. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president in 2023. Ask yourself, all of them that have been president from time immemorial, what benefit has it brought to you as a human being? Absolutely nothing. So you have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. You look at them now, how they have now descended on Yoruba people, asking them to concede, give us your forest, we must graze, we must do this, we must do that. And slowly before your eyes, they are giving in, they are capitulating, they are allowing them to, if you don't give it to us, Tinubu will not be president in 2023. Tinubu won't be the president. That's what I'm saying to you. And foolishly you will agree and hand over your land to them. And once they take your land over from you, look at Hausa. Because there is a saying where we come from. If you want to know what your life is going to become in the future, look at Hausa people. If you want to understand appreciate, I will say, the life that you are about to bequeath to your children and grandchildren, look at Hausa people. Is there any Hausa governor today? Is there any Hausa emir? Is there land though? Katsina is Hausa land. Kanu is Hausa land. Sokoto is Hausa land. The Hausa people own it, indigenous to those areas. I'm asking you this question. Is there any Hausa man who's an emir in the north? The answer is no. Something's going to happen to you. If you don't rise up now to break, I'm not even asking people to break this, you demand for what rightfully belongs to you, your freedom. The freedom to decide. The freedom to write a constitution if you prefer. The freedom to live with whoever you want to live with. That is what we're asking for. But most people misunderstood what we are saying. And today, almost everything we have said about the zoo has come to pass. I want some of you.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm coming. I am here. Okay. So we have prayed, and we are going into the main body of today's message, which is message from our great leader, Master Nnamdi Kanu. So we are now to go into analyzing those messages with the content. So the first point, Mama Patricia, be prepared, and you are muted. So be prepared, and you are muted. Nigeria aspires to become a member of UN Security Council while grazing cow in their streets. That is the first point. How possible can that be? Then the second point, Fulanis never graze cows openly until the Britons came to Nigeria. So it is the Britain that brought the idea, then using the Fulanis to graze cows in the open with other things, other evil motives behind the open grazing. Nigeria aspiring to become UN Security Council members, while they cannot even protect their own environment from public open grazing of cows. And we will see how terrorism is going on in Nigeria. How can someone who cannot protect himself or herself protect the rest of the world? Mama Patricia, take those 2 points.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. You know that we all know that this very fact, very true, that can never be, doubted. That Mazi, whenever he comes out to talk, being that he has been endued with wisdom, excellent wisdom and excellent spirit, that we have not found his type, not in Africa, less of in Europe. Everything he says is gospel as he says it. That is how it is. The gospel of truth. And he brings out the proofs, the facts, and the figures, in the sense that after showing you every proof, every fact, and all the figures to that point, it's showing you, as he normally says, and if he also invites people, come, let's reason. If you can beat me, I drop everything I'm doing and I take you home. And ever since he put up that challenge, none of them,
we are not seeing Mama Patricia.
Vetra, what did you say?
We are not seeing him. We're seeing her. We
Okay, I'm seeing. I'm seeing her.
I think the public will see her. Okay.
Yes, I just present her alone so that she will appear very well. You Veteran, yourself, myself and you are on the background while she takes the center stage. The way I have, so I'm seeing her. I'm seeing her categorically clear. Ma Patricia, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So, as I was saying, when Mazi brings out his proofs and figures and the facts out, nobody is able to challenge him. Not to the intellectual, the so-called elites that he has baptized them with intellectual. Not the so-called politicians or governors or whoever, because they are all efulefus and irredeemables. He has given the name that befits everyone that have seen the proof and the facts and still are behaving like the zoo or the baboons, which they are. Why would they not be baboons in that theological? When the Britain handed them over everything, even what they should study in the school, gave them the name that nobody, Mazi told them, can you go to Europe and take one city, and are you as a black man, and tell the Europeans, now from now on, this city will call it this city or that, before you see your head cut off from your head or in prison. So, why would they not go to aspire to be a member of the European state or whatever? How would they not? Because the British people who gave it to them, to the Fulani, those that have no brain, the only brain they have is the cow's brain. It's only the brain to kill, like Mazu was saying before earlier, that even cows are better. Because a cow cannot eat its fellow cow. Everyone knows their order and knows what they should eat and what they should not eat. But in the zoo, that's where you will see monkey swallowing money. You see python swallowing a bank and all sorts of rubbish. Because they have gone below animals. Animals are better than them. And they want to go and register. Yes, they register so that you know them. Who is making them this? It's still the British people that gave them the name that they are bearing. Are they not dogs? Are they human beings? They were bought, given a name, and they are being told, this is what you will eat today. This is where you will go. This is what you, and they are following. No wonder Mazi said, how did he get to be in this race of black? And the next world he will come, it's better he will be a tree in the bush, so that you'll be useful to become maybe a table or a seat. And I've come to realize that, and I've agreed with Mazi. If such thing of existing or will exist, instead of me to be in this kind of race without reasoning, without common sense, I would better be like Mazi, be in the bush and be useful. But because they are being manipulated, they are no more human beings, they are robots, which Britain, France, and the Western world has made them to be. Why they cut out all their resources, including human resources. Before it was just resources alone. Now they have gone to human resources. Everyone is in Europe working for them. They are even doing organ harvesting. There's nothing they have not done. Yet they are claiming they are among the European Union or among the United Nations, whatever. They are just answering that for answering sake. Not that those that they have done their inclusion in among them, they don't see them like that. It's just a full play, just something they put on the newspaper.
Can you hold your line of thoughts? Even nobody had even regarded them or recognized them. They only demand that they should be accepted. Then Mazi is asking, how can these people accept you? Just compare yourself to the people whom you are. If you talk about the UN Security Council, you talk about France, you talk about Britain, you talk about America, you talk about Japan. You talk about Japan. So that is great nation, 7 in number. You talk about them. And these are the world most powerful nations. Then look at their civilization, compare them to Nigeria. So that is what, how can you demand such? Is it not stupidity? Go ahead.
Yeah. No, that is it. Exactly so. And even if they demand and they accept it, it will just be like writing. on just doing it for, there's not going to be activated. Activation of that will not be. Is it not the same law that Lugard made or wrote, that after 100 years, that this nation will cease to exist? Every other one, this confusion, this amalgamation will cease. Everybody will go their way. 100 years, hasn't it expired in 1914, 2014? What
Yes.
are they still doing there? They are still there answering the same Nigeria. They are still there killing their fellow human being. All sort of impunity, abominable is going on, because the British that made that law are not serious in what they wrote. And the people that they made the law for are as worthless as animals, that they cannot stand on their feet. Is Nigeria the only African country or people in the world that the British colonized? China, they did so to them. Philippines, they did so to them. Japan, they did so to them. But all these people are risen and they are waking up. But these people are still where they have put them, getting their syllables from them, so that they will not learn anything. In fact, Trump called them shithole. That is just that. And that's why Manzi said, we Biafrans, we have had enough. We have had enough to stay with them. And therefore, we are quitting, because we are human beings. And he talked about the pasteurizing cows that they are carrying from one end to another. When there are other countries that have cows are producing pig milk, carnation, and all sorts of things, their own is to be taking it down to every area of the country. And the purpose is not just that they just want to do pasteurizing and grazing. It's for Britain to continue putting Africa in hunger. In hunger, like they did in 1967. Because when a cow comes to your area and finishes all your products, what are you going to live on with? They do it purposely, because they know how to teach them to do this, and they never asked. They are just carrying their cows. Okay, imagine Manzi said, before they started carrying this thing around, that was before they were not carrying it around, their cows. They had it in their area. But now Britain gave Nigeria over to Fulani, because all of them, two of them are devils, evil, greed, seeds. They don't want anybody to live in that Nigeria. And we had that man, Mustafa or whatever, that said in 1972, they made sure each day they are enacting new laws. They made sure in what they have decided that Nigeria would never thrive, would never be a place of growth. They have made it to be a dumping ground of dead bodies, dead brain, dead everything. And you still see a place that God had mercy on and sent his servant to open their eyes so that they will stand up. They are still running up and down, trying to sustain such abominable, in the name of P2B, in the name of Soludo, in the name of one chief with certificate and the other, when warning was given to them before this time. So, Biafrans, we had all the truth. Nothing was withheld from us. We had every truth. The Bible said in the time of ignorance, God winked at. But now he has made us to know the truth. And that is why we are here, proclaiming what Maza has given to us, that we are done with the zoo, with Britain, with all of them. And anybody that is still following up Soludo and those that put them there, put Soludo there, put IPOB and all that, running around there. You think we will be here waiting for you people to make another obstinate mistake before you come back and say we didn't know? No. If you want to get down to hell, you go down to hell. But we are asking for what the Britain had, their freedom. Because man said there's nothing more important than your freedom. That's what we are standing for. No election in Biafra land. And those of them that so-called leadership in the IPOB that are playing hide and seek game. One leg is in the politics so that you get the rotten blood money, and one leg is in Biafra. If it comes, we are there. Mazi said no election in Biafra land. It has to be announced. It has to be firmly stood by. That is all we are saying. Thank you.
God bless you, Mama Patricians, Biafrans at large and the world. So this is all about feudalism. Feudalism, I always talk about. Feudalism is engaging with people through violence for conquest. So that is the reason of open grazing. And we know that the Britons are the pioneers of the ideas of open grazing. And it is a means of creating chaoses in our territory. While they back on that chaoses they have created, disguising themselves as peacemakers, they come in more and more to invade us. In the process, they will begin to recolonize us and excavating our mineral resources, everything we have. And we see Nigeria, Fulanis, grazing cows, having thousands upon thousands of cows, yet Nigeria cannot produce milk. This is the international conspiracy. That is the global conspiracy that I always talk about. It is about economic emasculation. With these procedures, the foreigners, like to be precise, Holland, that export milk into Nigeria, they use it to make money from Nigeria, while the indigenous Nigerians will not have the opportunity. If it had been the Fulanis that had the milk industries in Nigeria, that means they will create employment. Even if they create employment only for the Fulanis, at least they will reduce the level of poverty among the Fulanis. They create the opportunity for many of them to work. And the milk will be far more less expensive, far much cheaper comparing to the cost. Comparing to the cost. I don't know why this thing is reoccurring. So this is what we are talking about, economic emasculation. Economic emasculation. And that is the same thing the Fulanis are doing. Okay, you see them burning markets and businesses belonging most especially to the Igbo Biafrans, trying to take over economically everywhere. They hijack the natural resources, crude oil, sharing it among themselves. Even Sultan of Sokoto had 36. Maybe by now it has increased. While none of the king from Igbo land, from Ikwere land, from Bayelsa has any oil block. No oil well for any of the king. Neither even from the king from the Yorubas. But the kings from Fulanis, their politicians, they hijack it. Then they give little to some of the Yoruba politicians like Olusegun Obasanjo and few others. T.Y. Danjuma from the Middle Belt, only for those people to help them conquer their own people and hand over to the Fulanis and to the Britain. That is the same thing they are preparing Obi for. He has been doing it among us, the Igbo Biafrans, and to to be precise, in Anambra State. Likewise, Ojo Zokalo in Abia State. So this is the same thing they are preparing him for. There is no difference. So veteran, take the point. So we are warning you, Biafrans, because of our own good and for your own good. Biafran, the veteran, you may reflect a little on what we have just said, but take the third and the fourth point. Why can't Nigeria produce milk? Is it an evil? Who is withholding us? Why can't Nigeria produce milk? Since they say we are Nigerians, though we have not accepted it. And this is the reason. Why can't they? Just from your own point of view. Why? And what is withholding it? Why not even starting it from next month? Then the fourth point, Europeans pour milk away. They produce milk to the extent they produce extra and pour some away, while Nigeria imports milk from Europe, precisely from Holland. Holland is the producer of pig and the carnation milk, including 3 crowns. Veteran, take the microphone.
Thank you, Mwachineke. Thank you, Muchineke.
God bless you, really good.
I thank you once more for listening to us. And we pray that you listen listeningly. Nanyukusu, one thing wrong with us is that is too bad. Let the truth stick. Let it stick in you so that you may use it and use it truthfully and use it effectively. For that is the basis of freedom. That is the basis of liberty. That is the basis of worship. We cannot overemphasize it. Biafra is freedom. Biafra is light. Biafra is the land of worship for Chukwuka Biama. My brothers have said it clearly. What do you expect when there is an international conspiracy? When there is an international cause upon a country, we will not allow this country to see the light of the day. We will stifle them. We will grind their heads. They can never see. And we can only do that by using them also to do it. And we stand aside and watch and see them kill themselves, roast themselves. And this is why they helped the Fulanis to graze openly, to go 1,000 miles with cows, to destroy wickedly, to make sure they perpetrate the British wickedness upon the black race, upon the Igbo people, especially, upon Biafrans. Because we do not accept the name. When you don't accept a name given to you by a stranger, then you become a rebel. You become a rebel. You become a separatist. Because you don't allow yourself to be included in evil. Where in the third world do you see open grazing? Even where we are in Italy, you can only see them when the crops are harvested and there are open grounds where they can move. They don't move around the places. They have their places, but then once a while, once in a year or thereabouts. And they are even more obedient and humble than we from the zoo. There was a day I was moving with my car, and these pastors who were going with their sheep and the ram and the cows, they have dogs that were checking them, checkmating the animals. While the grazers are also with them. Any cow, any goat, any ram that tries to misbehave, the dog will say, hey, stop it there. Don't go beyond the place you are asked to go. Do you hear me? And the cow will obey. The ram will obey. The sheep will obey. What more when they hear the whistle of the grazer? Can you see that? Can you compare it with the zoo? We in the zoo. We only obey cowardly. Only listen to false doctrines. Only obey wicked commands. Criminal commands. How can you be moving cows in the street? How can you even produce milk when you are sleeping with those cows? What kind of milk are you going to produce then? You will produce contamination. So our leader said it clearly. Others all over the world do things because they want to help humanity. Because they are interested in human growth, in human health, in human development, in human prosperity. This is why they do things they do. They do it because they are interested in the security of mankind. You who want to become a member of the Security Council, are you secure? When even your cows trample on human beings. When you even value cows more than human beings. How can you be a member of the Security Council, my brother? How can you be called a human being when you are advised to leave every agricultural value? Before the coming of British, there were no grazing of cows this way. And even in Igbo land, we have cows. In Igbo, we don't carry them from place to place. And when all Bangahano, they cannot come out from the Oba, for Christ's sake. But these people came and encouraged these people, advised them, stood by them. Go ahead and destroy other people's farm. Go ahead and occupy other people's bushes. We are behind you. Do that. So that They will not breathe. They will not be free. You will be monitoring them. You will be making them go mad. So how can you belong? How can you be part of a Security Council? No man gives what he has not. Nemo dat quod non habet. Quod non habet. That's what Latin says. Nemo dat quod non habet. You don't give what you don't have. You do not have security. How can you be part of the security of the world? When the world have told you, go ahead and destroy your people. Nwike was told to go and destroy your people. And he destroyed the lives upon lives. And he's still there breathing. And you watch him. Biafrans, you watch Nwike. You even applaud him. When he talks, you clap. A demon that have destroyed, that have been sent to destroy you. And you are still hailing him. You see Uzodimma destroying, and when he speaks, you clap and applaud him. Is it Soludo? Is it China Samoru and Chike Dosiem? And you want to be, you cannot produce milk with all the thousands and millions of cows. We had the pyramid of groundnuts, pyramids of cocoa, pyramids of rubber, pyramids of all these agricultural things, and they took it away from you. They advised you, forget about these things, there is oil. You now can bask in oil. With petroleum. Yet petroleum, they carry it away. You do not even refine it. The crude oil, they bargain with you, the so-called elite, and you, the masses. You continue watching in stupidity, in foolishness. You continue begging for what belongs to you. And you think it is normal. And when God sent somebody to come and liberate you, you turn around to throw stones on him. You turn around to give him names. You turn around to make him the victim, the aggressor. Is it normal? Are we not mad? God gave us all the opportunity, and you decide to go and die in the sea, in the desert, in every other area. When God blessed you abundantly, you still want to be part of the conspiracy. Somebody said you will not grow. Somebody placed a curse on you, and you accepted that curse, and you say you are normal. And those who eat from that curse continue to drag you along, and you follow them. Obedience. Soludo. Hope Uzodimma. Nwike. Almighty. Look at them. Gang ups. Gang ups. Robioso, name them, all of them. They are gang ups, those who eat from the crumbs of the elites, who are the Fulanis. The Fulanis who also eat from the pots of Britain, the cookers. those who come from thousands of miles to come and own countries in Africa, and you still allow and obey them, and you still go and sign contract to be the president of a country, to serve them, to continue to perpetrate poverty and wickedness. The international community know how rich you are, but they have placed you among the poorest in the world. When we were growing, we were contributing money for Peru, for some of this North Africa. They said they are very poor, and the zoo was contributing, giving them things. How are the mighty fallen? And you are there singing jingles for one Nigeria. Are you not mad? Are you normal? Calling your prophet a separatist. Are you not mad? Are you normal? Are you with your right senses? Everything for you is entertainment. Everything is entertainment. Even we cannot listen to music and understand what the musician is saying. And knowing that the musician has an inspiration. And what he is saying, apart from the drumming, has a lot of meaning. Even the drumming has meaning. We cannot hear the sound. We cannot learn from the sound. We cannot learn from the words. What can we learn from? BIAFRANs, especially ndị Igbo. Onye mere unu ihe a? Why are you so cruel, so wicked, so unrulable, so unleadable? A na-egwekwa unu na-eji unu na-aga. Mgbe unu na-aga unga a na-abụ anụ unu. Ajụọla nọ nga ọ nọ n'okpuru nwa abọchị. Nwa dinta bịa ịgbagbu ọsa nọ nga ọsa nọ n'elu nwa abọchị na-ebe kum. Ajụọla si ya enyi, ihe na-ebekwe kum lekwekwe dinta nọ ihe. N'ihe ejikwa ekwu ahụ biko maka ya na-ekwu maka onwe. N'ihi dinta gbara ngụ gbatuo, ihe ọdọ ga-eburu iwu ya ahụ m ga ahụ buru nwa abọchị were kugbuo m. So ya na-ekwu maka onwe na maka nwa abọchị. Ọrụ magụ nwa na-efe n'elu. You can kill yourself. So ihe anyị na-ekwu for remnants, for ụmụ anyị and ụmụ anyị and the yet unborn. We will not allow them to be slaves as we have been. We will not allow them to be slaves of Britain and the international community. We want them to compete healthily, because my children here, they were never beaten by these white people in class. They never saw my son's back in the class. The teachers so love him, and they gather around him for lessons. Come and teach me mathematics. Come and teach me that. And yet we cannot learn. We have potentials which God himself has laid on us. and we simply joke with them, play with them. All we are interested in is enjoyment. Come out of her. Come out of stupidity. Come out of wickedness. Come out of hypocrisy and brainwashing. Reflect for once on who you are, on your history, on yourself, and on your relationship with the Chukwokikadiama, so that you will be useful. Like my sister reminded us, what our great leader, Martin Namdekanu, said. It's not he was not annoyed with God, but he annoyed with the state of life. That it is better for him to be a tree. After all, a tree can be useful. You can bring it down, make it into final courses. So let us go for substance. Let us leave accidents alone. Let us leave accidents alone. We can produce so many things, but what we have been advised to give it out to them. They go and produce all sorts of things with our cocoa, produce all sorts of things with our granules, produce all sorts of things with our petroleum, and bring them back to us to buy on the price they decide. How hard is it normal that you continue to patronize them, to continue to help them, to continue to fear them, to continue to be proud of them, instead of being proud of yourself? Only shine, sir. Your shame is shaming me. You who cannot think and reason for once. Let us come to our senses for once. Let us come to our reason for once. Our leader said the IPOB is the only reasonable thing. But now, even in IPOB, you have even 70% since our leader left, since they hijacked him, since they renditioned him. Even 70% have gone back to that animalistic life, even worse than animals. They go to negotiate with our enemies. They go to sell us to our enemies. They even orchestrate us for killing. Though the members of the DOS, one thing that God moves in a mysterious way, and his wonders he must perform. Our leader has given me the courage that no matter what, Biafra must come back to life, because it was in existence. It was only wickedly being extinguished, but the rays are there, and the light will come up again. For it is the land of God, the land of Chukwokikadiama. And be proud to belong to it. Be proud to belong to her, because that is the only way to realize your dreams. Thank you, this young man who asked Obi Kerenke question. They are always fond of begging questions. They cannot answer questions because they are stooges. They are slaves. They have to do the bidding of their masters. What do you expect? Biafrans, arise. Come out of foolishness. Let us work together to possess our possession. Thank you very much.
God bless you. God bless you, really good veteran. God bless you, really good. We are going to go.
The last question you asked me. I don't think I addressed it because
the last question was I asked you two questions. Why can't Nigeria produce milk, which I believe you have explained? Then Europeans pour milk away. That is, they produce extra and they pour some away. While Nigeria imports milk from Europe and precisely from Holland. So
I think I addressed it. Nigeria is a dumping ground. What do you expect from a dumping ground?
Why they have
made
cows?
us a dumping ground.
They have more cows. Even the Holland, they have more cows. So now, okay, I want to, because when we are talking to Biafrans, when we talk to Biafrans, we give them some clips. We give them
the one consuming more. If you go to the average house in Ikoyi, they have all sorts of things, different fridge in their bedroom and different. In Ajegun, they have only one fridge in one, so I subsidize their own, charge the people in Ikoyi appropriately. It's simple, because they can afford to pay. Is that what we are talking about, fuel subsidy? Everybody is paying subsidy. When there's people who have 12 cars there, and the people in my village who don't have any car, they're paying for subsidy. So we want to charge people appropriately based on their where we can make money from it. But that delivering power, we will deal decisively with it. South Africa declared emergency power when they're generating 50,000 and we are generating 5,000, we declare war.
You declare war on power?
War on power.
What does war look like on power in practical terms? Is that more money? Okay.
We're going to allow people, we're going to say anybody can generate up to 100 megawatts without license. Anybody who can generate power, if you can do 1 megawatt in your generating, anything you can do to have power, we'll support you. We will give you all the support you need.
No caveat, or there will be caveat and regulation and...
Or there will be regulation, but the regulation will not be where it's impeded by all sorts of restrictions, tax, supervision. There will be proper supervision, there will be proper details, but we're not going to waste your time by various taxes, blockages, and everything.
The agitation for the state of Biafra and people's right to self-determination.
Can you allow Mr. President to answer?
No, I will. Let me tell you.
His answering will make more sense.
Okay, I've said it. He said it. My young, because at this stage, I don't have 2 graduates. I'll call the person who asked the question a son.
Yes.
But I have 2 graduates at home. Let me tell you, when it comes to the issue of agitation, it's not yes or no. People agitate everywhere, even in my house. You know? So when the first thing you do with the agitator is to sit down and listen to the person who is agitating. Unless you sit down, you cannot say yes or no. I'm a Nigerian. I'm contesting elections as a Nigerian. I'm not contesting as from any other place. I'm a Nigerian. I believe in Nigeria. I believe in unity of Nigeria. And I believe that I'm going to bring all agitators back to Nigeria and make it work for them. Because the reason why they are agitating is injustice. When you provide justice, equity, and create a level playing field, let people start watching, there will be agitation. So there was agitation. There was agitation. There was agitation. But don't forget, there was agitation yesterday in America.
Yes.
Before. Don't think America is like this. There was agitation before. There was agitation before in Brazil. I can show countries where there's so much agitation. But when level playing field were created, where people had work, talent, much of the opportunity, all these things will go.
Okay. So
just wait.
He wants to ask something.
I allowed my principal to answer this question because we have nothing to hide. When I joined this ticket, and just before I joined it, I faced a great deal of resistance and afterwards a great deal of difficulty, all centered around this. He is the best person to answer, and he has told you clearly, I allowed him because there is absolutely nothing to hide about agitation or about his candidacy, about where he comes from.
Let's go a little bit into devolution.
Good evening, Mr. Obi. I am Rahman Adeza from Mass Communication Level 4 student. Sir, do you believe in Biafran self-determination agitation? In a simple answer, yes or no. Also, what is your idea of federalism and restructuring? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you very much and have a lovely evening.
Thank you very much, Kano. Do we have another university ready, or do we deal with these questions first? Privatization, etc.
I don't want to go into whether the privatization was
Dodgy.
done well or there's issue with it. I don't have an eye on the past, and I've maintained that we're going to look forward. I'm not going to waste everybody's time going to yesterday. Yesterday is gone. I'm going to go tomorrow. First is that you can deal with the power issue as decisively as possible. One, today we have installed capacity of about 12,500. But because of not having a transmission infrastructure to deliver that, and we have a distribution infrastructure to distribute that. First is to ensure as quickly as possible that you have the transmission infrastructure and distribution infrastructure to be able to transmit and distribute the installed capacity of about 12,500. And then
centralized transmission still like we have now.
Biafrans and the world at large, we can see categorically clear how Peter Obi dodges the answer to the question. He began to dabble about the question and claiming he knows what to do. And according to him, the proper thing to do concerning agitation is to engage the agitators in dialogue. But this is what we have been demanding for years. Even Pastor Ngila said it. Dialogue now. Dialogue now. They have been hearing it. These are the same people that promise restructuring. They have been failing. They are still using it for campaign. And this is exactly what Peter Obi is repeating. This is the same man that killed MASOB members and threw them in Oji River, Ezu River, in Anambra State. He knows he's supposed to dialogue with them, but he killed them. Satanic liars. Mama Patricia, say something about it.
My goodness. My goodness. I want that intellectual, irredeemable Peter Obi that is wearing pampers. That is, he's leaking. I want him to know that we are no more animals. We are no more dogs that will be bought from the market and told what to answer. We are now human beings, sanitized. Mazi, by the grace of God who sent him, has reset our brains back to normal. We can now reason. Who is Peter Obi Pampas wearers deceiving? Now, Biafrans, can't you see? In fact, when I see this man talking, I feel like I have something that I will just use and dry him alive. Who is he lying to? You can see it all over him. Efulefu. Catherine Links, boy. You want to do politics with Biafra? He better go to the zoo land and do that his politics with them, where they will kill and eat and drink their own blood. That's where Peter Obi should go. And when I see him talking, it's like, I don't know whether you people have seen, you know, these winches that when people go to them to ask for something, for any question or anything, you will just hear from the pot, that pot, 18 pot, you hear one kind of voice of noise coming up that will tell you that is exactly a wicked demon talking. That is exactly what, when Peter Obi talks, you will see him talking from that 18 pot of the witches to tell you that they are not supposed to exist in Biafra land. They are not supposed to exist anymore. They are supposed to be written off. Liars in the highest order. He's coming to tell us that a good question was asked him. Are you for Biafrans or you are not? And he turned the whole thing into economy. Look at the economy man. Look, just imagine him, economist. He went to school. Look at the person that went to school. Left the question that was asked to you, instead of answering direct. Yes, I support Biafra. Yes, I know why they agitated. And he's making it a mockery, a caricature, that even in his house, they agitate in his house. And Biafrans, you people are seeing this liar from the pit of hell, showcasing himself what he is without hiding it. And you are still running around him. That is going to do what for you? As my brother just said now, when he was a governor, people were agitating. He didn't remember to sit down and discuss with them. He killed them and dumped them in the Oji River, wherever. And he has not given account of that ever since. He was even in Europe enjoying, because he said he wasn't around. And now he come to tell us you have to sit them down and discuss. Because in my house, they also agitate. Have you people seen how mockery has put what is a serious issue of life? Our people, our race are being wiped out by the British. And Efule, intellectual, Pampas wearer, Peter Obi, liar from the pit of hell, is coming to tell us that he knows the economist. He knows it. Because he has safeguarded his family well. Demons talking and lying everywhere. It will never be well with him. With him and the entire generation of Peter Obi. With him and anyone that has stiff-necked his ear and head following Peter Obi, including the people in IPOB or in Biafra land. And the one at the South Africa, what do they call that boy's name that I've forgotten? Or Chinasa them, or even what is his name? The leader of the DOS and the rest of them that are somehow supporting this political solution movement, bringing this devil again to come and kill the foundation that Mazen has raised up. They will do it with the blood of their people, with the blood of their family, because it is written in the Bible. When a foundation was trodden down, announcement was made, nobody should build it up again. And anybody that does it will do the foundation with the blood of his first son and do the gate with the blood of his last son. And this is how it's going to be for these evil politicians. Peter Obi went to Labour Party of England and America and so on, signed to come and deviate and make a caricature of lives. And he's telling us that he did economist. He's telling us he will sit down and talk with the same political jabbering. That's what they are repeating on and on again. Peter Obi is a devil man from the pit of hell. And we are sorry for him. Because, as I said earlier, all of them, Mazen have said it, not only that they are cursed, they will be hanged in their compounds, or they're banished from Biafra land. Everything about them. Because if we let this seed to continue, they will go on corrupting the rest. Because Biafra is a land where righteousness will reign. Thank you, Biafrans.
God bless you, Mama Patricia. God bless you, really good. So, veteran, are you there?
I'm here. Only here.
Yeah, tell us something from what you have observed Peter Obi said from that interview, where he had been lying to himself and lying to the public.
Thank you very much, Evangelist Nyemako. Thank you, my precious sister.
God bless you.
You simply gave him the right classification. Peter Obi is a demon from the pit of hell. Peter Obi parades himself as educated when he is the worst idiot that have ever existed in this planet Earth. I don't blame Peter Obi, I blame the audience. I blame people running around him. I blame people who listen to him because he's a fool. He has nothing to offer. He has come only to play the role they have given to him. The International Labor Union has given to him. To continue to devastate the zoo. Of course, my sister said it belongs to the zoo. It does not belong to us. And that is why he was unable to answer the question the young Biafran asked him. By the way, he did not ask him whether he's a Biafran or whether he's interested in the agitation. But he asked him, what do you have to say with the self-determination of Biafra? Self-determination, harnessing the potential, harnessing the dreams of young men and women that God has so enriched. At least he should have answered the question that way, how he will harness. Even though he hates the name Biafra, where he is supposed to come from. Biafrans, can't you see that this man is a demon? He does not wish you well. It does not mean well for you. Can you see how he begged the question? This is why our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, challenged all of them. If you think you know your discipline, come out. Let me take you to your discipline, to your profession. If I don't decimate you under 5 minutes, then you know that God did not send me. Did you understand what IPOB was saying with his energy and so on? I would have loved you, Inyima, to play that of Mustafa, so that he will know how those things they imported, where they are, and how they finished. How transformers blow. IPOB, he will invent. He will build a new Nigeria from the pit of hell. And we are challenging him always. Look at IPOB. Could you hear him? He's not interested in the past. What he's interested is in the future. What a madman. A madman that does not want to learn from the past. That does not want to learn from his history. A madman altogether. He's not interested in knowing why there is a terrorist at what do you call that place? Sambisa. He's not interested. He's not interested in knowing why they are there. He's not interested in knowing why all the huge proposals of industries in Nigeria collapsed. Steel industry, agriculture, oil, gold, silver, because I know boku in that land. But people are protected, harnessing them and taking them away and making the citizens, which he is claiming he's coming to rebuild, very poor and wretched. Starving them once more as they did during the Nigeria Biafra Civil War. Trying to bring back, reorchestrate, kwashoko, and the starvation. IPOB, the killer. Our leader said it clearly. The killer, whom our eternal leader challenged. Why are you killing your brothers? Why are you killing your people? Why they elected, voted you into power, and you turn around to kill them because they are asking for freedom. They are seeking for self-determination. And then you could not engage them in a dialogue. You used brute power to silence them. And you think you can continue with that. The devil himself will swallow you alive. You saw how Sennacherib died. Even in the cone where he worships. Even before his God. That is how you will die. You and your generation. You and all those promoting you. No matter who they are, no matter where they come from. You are the people to be exterminated, not Biafrans. Biafra will come before your very eye, but you will never enter because we will not accept you. You are a mess. You are a disappointment. P2B. You could not even answer the question of a fourth level student. How can you answer a question of another intellectual like you? Go ahead and gang up. P2B, you are going about wanting to be the Igbo president. We do not need any Igbo president because already you can see that you are a failure. Because even the country you are talking about is divided by this very thing you are doing. I've told you before, why Igbo president? Why not Ichekiri president? Why not Ogoni president?
Veteran, please hold your line of line of thought. Master Nnamdi Kanu asked a question in his message, which is in line with what you are just saying, and he said, "What have we benefited from the past Nigerian presidents?" So, what have we benefited? They have not given account of all of the ones they have been presidenting. Then how are they now telling us that Igbo presidency is the solution? Which means previously they believe they know the solution and they kept quiet, but because people are asking them questions and they demanding accountability from them. What have we benefited from all of the previous presidents? What and what? So continue, Veteran, if you are there. So
is Jonathan not an Igbo president? Jonathan, wasn't he an Igbo president? Where did he arrive? Mazi, go ahead.
Go on. So, P2B, you cannot perform any miracle because you don't have the power. You are only a selfish man. Very selfish. Very, very selfish. And your selfishness will take you to your doom. Like I earlier said, you will become another Shenacheri. So we are not interested in any developed country. All the developed countries we have been visiting. Have you heard of Wales president in Britain? Or Scottish president in Britain? Do they designate it that way? Is the law not did the law not say you are eligible to combat? Whether you are this or that or that or that. Why must you simply distinguish it and say you are fighting? Who are you fighting for? The Igbo. Which Igbo sent you? Who sent you to be their president? What is that to us? And those of them following you, what will you gain from this rubbish? Is he your father or your mother? Is he your brother? He has already his gang with whom he will distribute the booty. National cake. You are all idiots and fake. As many of you as are following him and shouting obedience, you are all fools of the highest order. And it will not be well with you.
Baboons. Obedient baboons.
You cannot have your way. You will all be disappointed. But one thing I assure you is that Biafra will come. And you will cry.
Amen.
You will cry.
Yes.
For the sins you have committed. For the treacheries you have committed. For letting Biafra down. You will all cry because it will come. She will come. She will stand. And our leader will be liberated. He will be free. He will lead us to this land of truth. This land of light. This land of Chukwokadiam. And we will realize, we and our children and our children and our children's children, the same way he prayed, we will reap the fruits of that land.
Yes.
He has told you, take your oil, take your gold, take your silver. Because none of that, none of those can be equal to freedom and liberty. It is only when you are free that you will be useful. You will be valuable. You will be able to put one and one together. But when you are a prisoner, a slave, what can you do? You only try to serve your master. You have no name to yourself. You have no dignity. Like they said, they have taken away your dignity. What is left for you is misery. The misery of a servant. The unsatisfaction of a servant. The bondage of a servant. That is what you'll be left with. Obi dodged the question. Has he ever mentioned Nnamdi Kanu since he has been going around from place to place, from London to America, from Orifite to Njaba? Has he ever said anything about your liberator, about the God sent, about the servant of God in your midst? They are the reason why he is still there. Peter Obi and his gang are the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is still behind the bars. Don't you know that? That Peter Obi, Soludo, Hope Uzodimma, name them all the governors and the politicians and the Ezes. They are not Ezes because they call them chief. Chief is not a title. It's not a title in Biafra land. Because chief are those things which still the colonial masters gave to them. Okay? They are chiefs. Chief cook. Chief servant. chief mason.
They call the warrant chiefs.
Warrant chief. And that is what you are happy to carry. You carry given to you
with fake certificates.
Yeah.
So sad. So sad. And you see, yes, carrying state certificates. Where is it done? Where is the pride of the Eze?
Those who Britain gave the right to
told Ikweche. Ikweche, Nakweche, Ikweche. Because he was a full-fledged Eze. It was not given to him by a politician. Not given to him by the state. He was Eze Kwesile. Eze to the root. And we now have Ezes who were 419ers, who were killers, who were thieves.
Yes, sir.
Who were organ harvesters, ritualists. They are the ones now that occupy the Eze position, the palaces. And this is why they are behaving the way they are behaving. They cannot protect their people. They cannot talk for their people. Because the car they are driving is a state car. The brown envelopes, can they afford to miss it? They are looking for posts for their children. So why would they? And you people, you, the youth, you still, oh my God. What a shame. The youth of Biafra. Your shame is shaming me. You cannot rise to your right. Why? Why can't you rise to your right? To your God-given right. Right is unnegotiable. Freedom is unnegotiable. Don't allow yourself to be alienated from your own place, from your own possession. P2B is only misleading you. P2B is only misleading you. He is a hypocrite. He has signed his contract and he knows what his contract is. And he cannot tell you what his contract is. And you are running around him, listening to jargons and jazz. That is saying, please come out of this game. Come out of this game. Enough of this game. Let us get Biafra together. Let us get our freedom together. Let us fight for the release of our leader together. United will stand, but divided will ever fall. So if you claim to be fighting for Biafra, let there be unity. Come together and fight the common enemy first. And what is in the house, we will sort them out brotherly and sisterly. Thank you very much, Biafrans.
God bless you, veteran. So those who have ears will definitely hear, but those who do not have ears will not hear. From Obi's responses, he declared himself, even though he did not say it directly, but indirectly, he declared himself as an anti-Biafran. Because in the process of dodging the question, he said he will bring those agitating into Nigeria. He declared himself a Nigerian. So that is Obi for us. That is Obi for you. That is Obi for me. He is a Nigerian, a one Nigerianist. Those who have covenanted with the colonists, selling their souls to the devil at the cost of the blood, the lives, and the inheritance of their own people, including the inheritance handed over to us by our ancestors. Obi is one of them. Saboteur of the entirety of Biafrans, of the indigenous people, Africans, and humanity as a whole. Let me play this video.
Next video you're about to watch is about the country Nigeria, where I was born. If you're a Nigerian, hearing this may make you cry. You know, I don't get involved in politics. I don't get involved in politics except there are vital things that one needs to talk about. So in this video, you are going to hear the former chief of staff to the late General Sani Pasha, General Al Mustafa, give vivid accounts and details, and that the reason why we have Boko. I will stop at Boko. You know the other one because of YouTube.
Boko Haram.
Boko in Nigeria, and they are domiciled in a particular place. Now the reason why they are here, man, I heard this. I begin to wonder, why should man be so wicked to fellow humans? So many people have been wasted because man wants to enrich himself. A lot of people have been wasted. A lot of children have been rendered homeless. I mean, fatherless, parentless. They've been made orphans. A lot of women have been rendered, made widows overnight, just because people want to enrich themselves. When you watch this video, you may be forced to pray that God's judgment will fall up on certain humans that are alive in this part of the world. Please watch, like, and share. God bless you. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Till then, from me to you, shalom. You are welcome to the End Time Truth Television, the channel for the lovers of truth, for the truth of the end times. So if you are a lover of truth, give us a subscription and God bless you.
That was the psychological aspect of it. Because unless there is friction, unless there is gap between the government and the people, those in power will sit comfortably. But the moment they create stories and friction is raised, out of nothing, government will not be on her feet. Bodies like labor will not be on their feet. But the more the friction, the better. And it is when you are fighting that you lose your resources. And I'll give you an example. In 1995, the need to look for resources through African states became an issue. Nigeria was more or less totally bankrupt. The need to run Nigeria became an issue. Salary payment was difficult. Then Libyan government, along with Germany, decided to utilize a satellite from a private satellite company that has shares of government of Germany in it. They discovered uranium in abundance and in high quality, well spread in Niger. Out of curiosity, that leader and other leaders decided to say, scratch part of Nigeria and let's take a look. They were shocked with what they discovered. In Northeast, they discovered a portion. And that portion, in part of Zambia, leading to Lake Chad. What was deposited there? This is not hearsay. I was in Libya, I was in attendance, along with Nigeria's ambassador, 2 of us allowed, and he was later told to go, and I was left alone, along with the Libyan leader and the German company and the owners of the satellite. What was kept there was capable of producing 10 Dubais, 1996. You can quote me in the eyes of this world, Mustafa said so. I'm not into rhetorics. I love this country, I stand for this country. We are already targeted and hated by numerous forces. But if that is what they should do for us rendering service to Nigeria, then definitely they have not started. What we discovered at that material time was a shocker. I asked questions, as if I didn't understand what they were saying. The Libyan leader then, the Soros said, and I quote, I mean, what is in this place is enough for you to produce 10 Dubais, 1996. The product of this satellite was brought to Nigerian head of state by me. I brought the 2 metallic boxes. Where is it? Who took it? What happened? Where is the money? is what I'm going to say. Nigeria is poor. Your industries are dead. But hear this. 1999, November 1st, I was in prison. They came to meet me in prison. And they asked me numerous questions on the way we were managing some certain things about Nigeria. I wouldn't want to mention. They mentioned some names of commanders they required to do some certain jobs for them. But the question I asked is, was it for Nigeria? At the end of the day, to cut the story short, is to tell you that Boko Haram was a calculated game. I'm begging you, see, I want us to listen with patriotism as Nigerians, because when hopelessness confronts a person who is thirsty, unknown to him, he is standing on an oasis, he is dying of thirsty, he is looking for water and busy praying, but the senses to dig the water and then come back alive is the problem of Nigeria. You are rich, you have it, you are scavenging for it. Most unfortunately. Now, from that time till now is 23 years. People might not tell you this, I'm telling you. I'm ready to be accused, abused, and it doesn't matter. I'm here. Precious stone has been what they have been taking. Boko Haram were our sons and daughters given a wrong indoctrination. Taking opium from Afghanistan, the hashes in the world, mixing them with a certain chemical. When they dip a date in it, and then after 4 hours, whosoever takes it becomes a robot. You are totally robotic. You will respond to orders. You will not feel pain. You will not think. You will not reason. They kill numerous soldiers, many widows in barracks, many orphans littered all over, many refugees scattered around Nigeria. Is never aware. Keep that aside. The social is created for Nigeria and Nigerians. What you may ask yourself is, how much of this real stone have they taken in 23 years? What has it contributed to Nigeria's growth? Did they build one single textile with the money? Who are the Nigerians colliding with the external factors? When did it start and how many teams work with them? Can you even quantify the number of officers, soldiers killed, traditional rulers? Can you quantify the friction created between Muslims and Christians? When the bomb is lodged in the church, they will quickly write in the paper the next day, it was Mosque A that did it, and vice versa. They bomb the mosque and blame the church. It's not true. It's a game. So that when you fight yourself, when confusion keeps you aside, they are busy taking what you have. But you sit down. You sit down and look at newspapers and you believe in it. No, there are numerous respected journalists who are highly patriotic, who are highly respected. There are many of them I can fight for with my blood. But they are poor. They are professionals. They don't have money. They have to write what they are told to write. They need a job. Who is fighting for them? Keep that aside. See, my brother, anyway, I will run it out. See, listen to this. Listen to this. Since Boko Haram started, at one point in time you have satellite. But there was a story that your satellite disappeared. Because if the satellite were to be around, it would have given locations to your security. They would have seen and known and identified and arrested numerous participants that are taking their precious stones. And some notable names in Nigeria would have been mentioned. Suddenly there was a story, your satellite disappeared. The most disheartening story that only kindergarten children can accept. I tell you with all sense of humility, we investigated that, not in Nigeria. We went to numerous countries to know the game being played against Nigeria. At our own cost, taking risks to do so. What we have discovered is a shame, monumental shame before man and before our Creator. In the time to come, you will understand, because we'll address Nigeria, and it doesn't matter whose toes we step on, we will and educate Nigeria. Now, most of you here have your telephones in your hands. Listen carefully. Labour is poor. Agreed. Nigeria is poor. Agreed. Most of you have telephones here. Google as I talk. How much is a kilogram of rhodium in international market today? Kaduna, where you have most of your industries then, the best coal, the pride of coal, were in Kaduna yesterday. But how much rhodium do you have in Kaduna? And how much is it per kilogram? Meaning a container is enough. I'll have 2 minutes to go, but a container, a kilogram, hold on, a kilogram of it in world market today is either 440 something thousand per small kilogram. They are taking it in containers, in hundreds of containers. They find their way to the ports. They go into the international market. That is to say, if Labour can agree with the federal government, take 10 containers, you will be the richest rich. You will have your industries. You will have your market. You will have your dreams attained. Your children will have all it takes. You will live well. The question is, why are we not making sense of who we are and what we have? That's what I'm talking about. Since I have a short time, my concern is security of the product, meaning Farmers Association. Second, the movement of the product. We shall, if we have the opportunity tomorrow, increase railways. Because what we have created, nobody may believe what I'm telling you. Also, Google as I leave. What is the price of a kilogram? I didn't say kilogram of a real stone in international market. If I say you will be shot on top of threats facing Nigeria and does not prepare and doesn't have the shock absorber, the capacity, is not ready to be called names, is not ready to be accused, to be abused, to be used, all for the 2 million plus, 200 million plus Nigerians. He is a non-starter, he is a deceit, he cannot provide leadership. Nigeria is at its own belief. So all I'm telling you is, where you are thinking up, think Nigeria, look, ask questions. There are 10 billion and things I can tell you, but I'm running out of time. All I'm telling you is, I'm here to share with you the pains of labor. I was in detention in 2002 and 2007. I know what happened when there was an attempt to reform 4 textile industries. I know the game played. I know how much you suffered to come back to work. I know how many people died when the decision was taken in 2010. And I know when there was an attempt, even by the first speaker who talked about, was the remittances given to staff. Hope was risen and hope was dashed. Many died. They have no houses today. They are kept abandoned. It's a different thing entirely to think with the poor, even within the labor itself. We are thinking with the poor. We are poor-oriented programs that we have. But this country must be adjusted. Nigeria must be counted among the first 10 that it is. Northwest. You're from Kwara. You are from a very rich state. At the surface, you might not know. The quantity of...
So, we have gone so far with the video, even though it remains up to 3 minutes. Let us go with what we have already sufficient. So this is the same people. He is talking about the corruption of the formation of Boko Haram and how we are played, lied to, deceived. Why the real agenda, the ulterior motive, the ulterior agenda for the formation of Boko Haram is to use them to protect the Sambisa because of the precious stones that could build up to 10 Dubais as in 1996, as discovered then, not all of them. The one they discovered then in 1996 could build 10 Dubais in 1996, which is 26 years backward. And the Boko Haram protect Sambisa because of the precious stones for the foreign invaders, the foreign colonists, not for Nigeria. Yet this man is exposing it in the same vein, campaigning for Obi, campaigning for the same Peter Obi as in Labour Party. Yes, the expose is what we need, but why was it kept secret for over 26 years? Why now? It is because he is campaigning. He is just using it to win the people, to support him, to support his party, to support Peter Obi, and not actually to regulate things. He is still talking about new Nigeria and repair a non-irreparable Nigeria. Mama Patricia, take the stage.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Collins. In fact, when I hear or see these people, I don't know what other thing we are waiting for to know that God in his infinite mercy is exposing them to us all. Because these people are pathological liars, born liars from the pit of hell. They are not doing anything new than what our leader, God who sent him, has revealed to us. This man, Mustafa, whatever his name is it today that he saw the condition of the people and the country where he said it is for him? Is it today that he awoken from sleep? This is the same, their old tricks, the old devil's tricks that he keep on coming up every time and then, flashing it as if it's a new thing, but it's the same old one going on, only to deceive the fools or the redeemables, the gullible ones. These are those that they are deceiving. But anyone that has been redeemed with the truth will never go for these people, but because they are the same thing. They are in the same line with Gowon. When Gowon comes out today to talk, he will say Nigeria is our country. We should pray. He will talk on that line. And then what if Danjuma will come? This thing happened. Let us now defend ourselves. Nigerians, the armies are colluded. Then Tinubu will come and say his own. Atiku will come and say his own. Then British Labour, Peter Obi, he will come and say his own. Only as Mazi said, it is like the bridge, the head bridge that they said they will walk, which they have not. Always promising at the time of election. They will promise heaven and earth what they will do. How they will clean the river, the oil in River State, Ogoni, and put it to work. What? Ogoni River, yes. Yes, thank you, Maz. How they will clean the Ogoni River in 1 minute that they enter. Is it not the same promise that the dead idiotic Buhari blood sucker When he came up, he said he will make a dollar to be whatever to naira. Did he keep any of it?
One on one, one to one. $1 to $1.
Yes. Was any of it kept? He will make sure there is job here and there, create opportunity, create this. And another one comes, I will make sure there is light in Nigeria. None of them, they never keep their word. No wonder Mars, after he has patiently waited to talk sense into them, and he saw that these people are really from the devil, because devil is a liar and a murderer from birth, from creation. There's nothing that is going to change it. So this man coming now, Mustafa, to come and reveal these things, is it now that he knew he wants to tell Nigerians the truth? Anyway, as I always said, and as I'm saying, it's for them, the gullibles, the baboons and the intellectuals who have gone to school but they learn nothing. Common sense they don't have. They are blind. In fact, one of the studies that our memory verse today is really on those people that the enemy, the devil himself, has washed off their brain, used iron fire to blind their eyes and their ears. They can't hear, they can't understand, they can't get nothing.
They are seared with a hot iron.
Hot iron, yes. That is it. That is what these people, they are coming out to speak to those gullible ones, not to us. Because this truth, he knows it since. Now the British or the whoever, the Americans, have flashed him forward, just like they flashed IPOB forward, to come and say something that's similar to be truth, like the demon that they sent. She will say one truth today, and then she used 99 lies to wrap it up. This is what he's doing. So he's not different from Gowon or from Danjuma or from IPOB or from Atiku. From every of them, they are the same devils that have come to buy the souls of men. And the souls that they will buy are those who have seen the truth and refuse the truth, who have seen light and prefer darkness. That is the only ones that will buy, not us. This truth, our leader have already told us about this thing that is yapping here. Shame to him. He thought by coming to say this thing, he's saying the truth so that people will trust him. He's going to fix Nigeria. Have they not heard? Mazi said, not even an angel will fix Nigeria. Not even an angel. Nigeria has gone beyond repair. It's thinkingly dead, as Buhari is dead. All is waiting for is to be buried. Buried. Period. Nobody's going to reform it. The more they delay to get out of that net of theirs, the more they delay, the worse it becomes for them. But as for us, the truth has set us free. We have seen the light, and we are moving to Biafra land. And woe betide again, anyone in Biafra land, whether boy or girl or mama or papa or whoever they are, that are still pushing on to this dead, stinking Nigeria as Buhari that is dead, buried in shallow grave. That is how they are going to be buried, because we are not going to give them room to continue with a stinking thing. Where is Buhari now? The dead Buhari? Where is he? This man is even talking as if Buhari is alive. Talking about how they're going to do one electricity. They are the ones who were looting. What sent him to prison? Was his hand clean and he went to prison? They will eat their flesh and drink their blood. Devils and liars everywhere. And now Biafrans or people will look at him and hear him and think he's saying something reasonable. And they see this man has the vision or he has a heart. Or I wonder whether has devil any mercy for anybody. He will twist the seemly truth like he deceived Adam and Eve. If you eat this fruit, you will be wise. You will be like God. You will be in command. And what happened when Adam and Eve ate the fruit?
Mama, the question was, did God say? Did God say?
Okay. Did God ever told them that?
Just to provoke
the interaction.
Just to provoke them.
Just to provoke the interaction. And from the interaction, he began to inject his deception.
He went deep into it, yes.
Okay. So that is just the same trick, the same old devil's tricks going on and on and on. They would just sit this way, wash it with one chemical and bring it out again. It is the same devil speaking, the same murderers, the same looters, robbers, wicked and evil generation that you see there coming to talk about how they will reform Nigeria. Reform it for Catherine Ling in Britain. Reform it for America, Biden. Reform it for the colonialists, so that our people that God has put in that place will become manures for them. Go betide them. Thank you, my brother. I'm done.
God bless you. You are doing a very great and wonderful work. Likewise, all of us. So Biafrans can confirm the quality of service we are rendering. We are not here to deceive the people. Rather, we are here to salvage the people from deception. So that is what we are called to do, because we are truly Umochineke. So, veteran, I believe you have some things to say about it. Just go on.
Thank you once more, my precious brother.
God bless you.
Thank you, my precious sister, Mama Patricia. It will fire. Okay. Mustafa. Okay, no, Mustafa.
Yes.
He was a high-ranking officer during the tenure of Abacha. And they made the highest loot according to them, according to record. I don't know. But they made the highest loot. Loot that caused the demonic kingdom to panic. And now he has come out to say what I don't know. And what baffles me most is these animals in that zoo. You have heard, you have seen, you have smelled all these so-called elites and so-called leaders and so-called politicians and so-called generals and whoever they are. Journalists, you have heard, you have seen, you have smelled. And yet you go ahead to applaud them. Go ahead, write on, say it, hey there, DB. That is all you know to do. It is very, very sad indeed. I said it before, you are only ready to be entertained. You don't even pick up anything from that entertainment. This man has told you the why of Boko Haram in Sambisa. Whether true or lie, he has revealed to you that you have more mineral and natural resources than any other part of the world. He even quoted the Gaddafi, whom they destroyed because he wanted to save his people. He wanted to serve his people honestly. And the international community does not like that. And you are still romancing international community. You are still romancing your enemies. romancing with them? Are you not mad? Are you not insane? Are you not abnormal? He came. You were all hailing him. Right on. Hey, go ahead. Hey, say it. Hey, da. What have you captured? Kwara State is very rich. Sambisa is very rich. Yet they are killing and maiming and raping and dislodging homes and communities. And he was an army chief of staff. What did he do during Abacha? What did he do? Can we see his record? How he tried to redeem this criminality? How he tried to fight with these enemies who came to hijack every wealth in the country. They've hijacked it. And you are helping him to hijack it, helping them to hijack it. You have your remunerations. And our leader have said it. Ojukwu said, let my people go. Is it a crime? Let my people go. We don't want to belong to such a fraud. We don't want to belong to such a lie, a hypocrisy. We want to go, even if we have to eat ourselves. Let us eat ourselves. But let us go. What is wrong about that? When I want to answer my name, what is wrong with answering my name? I don't want to go on borrowed names any longer. I don't want to go on borrowed robes any longer. I want to live my life with my God and walk in the light of Chukwukabiam. Walk in righteousness because he has blessed our hands. He has fortified our feet. And we can eke out our living wherever we are. You have all this wealth in Zambia. You have all this wealth in Kwara. You have all this wealth in so many other areas. Yet, you sit on oil. The oil will kill you. Yet you want to drown in that oil. What a wickedness. Our leader have told you, take oil. Because oil we cannot, compare oil with our freedom, our liberty. No. Oil can never replace our freedom and liberty. Cannot replace our land. Our land is precious. Our land is the home of God. It's the kingdom of God on earth. Let us go to our land and worship Him. Not with the traditional rulers who do not know what their right is. Traditional rulers that bought the seat with their loot. We don't want that. Not the traditional rulers, 419ers, ritualists, murderers. These cannot be traditional rulers. Because in Biafra land, such people cannot be traditional rulers. They are chased out of the land. Because they are abomination and evil to the land. A traditional ruler that cannot protect his people is an abomination. A traditional ruler that cannot give justice to his people is an abomination. And the gods of the land will always strike them to death. Will always strike them to madness. But look at what the saboteurs have done. They go to government to collect the certificates from their fellow 419ers who have been given the post, who have been selected by Fulanis. And by extension, as they take the certificate from them, they serve the Fulanis too. And that is why what is happening at Oaxaca is happening. You are supposed to be a custodian of your people, the wealth of your people, the culture of your people, the liberty, freedom of your people. And those you have dismissed only to serve their enemies, only to bring uniform terrorists to desecratize your land. Hey, Aruneme. And this is what our leader said. As long as these things happen in our land, maybe. Okay, she can't name with Biafra. This is what is delaying our the coming of Biafra. Because Aruneme, he has, like Daniel, attuned for us. He has, like Ezra, attuned for us. He has, like the servants of God, attuned for us. And he has warned us, given us the warning from God. And yet we continue to ignore it. Biafrans, say no to Aru. Say no to Aru. It doesn't matter how many people lift it. Our leader is suffering for us. He is there. And you have kept him there. You, the traditional rulers. You, the Boko Haram, who are in the seat of leadership in Biafra land. You are members of Boko Haram. You are part of Boko Haram. This is who you are. Harassing our people, killing our people, manipulating our people. IPOB, he will #1 Boko Haram. #1
Yes,
Boko Haram in Biafra land.
Yes.
And
Never.
Ebi guzoro n'arụ. Na-claim na iwu onye Igbo. He will be the president in the name of ndị Igbo. Agwọ ga-abụkpọ anya. Anụ ọhịa ewu isi with economy. Economist mgbe ị nọ Anambra iwu gọvanọ. Ele nga economy ngoli. What did you do with your economy, with your profession? Rather than killing your brothers and the sisters and dumping them in Oji River. How many industries now in Abia, transformer, generator, whatever it is? Onye gwara na Atiku ga-ekwe mgbe ihe anyị na-eme. Atiku is the sole distributor of generators. And every day, the day the Buhari That is very shallow grave. Na Dubai. Gaga meeting pollution. World pollution. When in your country, every room is using a quack generator. You don't even hear. Go everywhere. The smoke everywhere. And so on and so forth. And you are going to a meeting of pollution. Aroneme. And you are say you are Nigerian, one Nigerian is. You will defend one Nigeria. Nigeria that they have said will never grow. Nigeria that is cursed. I pity for you. As many of you as are still holding on to one Nigeria. I pity for you. You are dead. Biafra you so unu kam na-agwa. Unu kam na-agwa okwu ahụ. Shini na-arụpụta. Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Una ufuole. You are only interested in entertainment. You cannot use the good thing given to you and fight for that good thing. What new thing are they saying? Who have given them this courage to even come out and open their mouth? Who? Who have sold this service to them? Mustafa, without Nnamdi Kanu opening the eyes of all the Jews, he can want the liver. Will you have the liver to even come out and stand and begin to talk? How they who carried away the satellite he brought? You don't even know. You went personally and brought it, and yet you do not know who carried it away. Who carried them away? And you are not ashamed to come to the public to say it. Biafrans, say no to entertainment. Say no to entertainment. These things are all geared to brainwash you, to entertain you as you love entertainment. That is why you shout, go ahead, ride on, hey, say it, hey, say it. I'm sorry for all of you. If you don't come out of them, come out of this road, come out of these wicked people, come out of these demons, blood-sucking demons, who call themselves politicians. They have told you clearly that they have mortgaged your life. They have taken away your dignity. You cannot even come together to ask for your fundamental right, your unalienated right. You cannot even do that. You are in misery. You are in penury. You cannot. I mean, when you are there, what you are looking for is, hey, as you got in, I'm getting out today. Then how can you reason? Why not forget about Ingogarian? Fight on for your right and get back your freedom so that Gary will go. Hello, Tiger Shagwa. Hello, Tiger. How can we say it? How can our leader say it? Has he not done the job? And they told us to go ahead and make the job properly clear Never to trust any school. Never to trust even the leader in the battlefield. You are still working with the Chike Doziem, working with China Sanworu, working with IPOB, working with Soludo, working with all of them. Where Gary will fall out.
Political
I
solution
was
is
young. Now I am old. There is nothing good will come out from the zoo. Except freedom. Except you get your freedom. Except you get your liberty. Except you get your land. Yeah, don't expect anything good. There is no, our leader have said it. There is nothing like political solution. We have crossed the Rubicon. And when you enter into a court, as soon as you cross the red carpet, it is a point of no return. You cannot come out again. So we have crossed the Rubicon according to our leader, as our leader made us understand. And we believe it. So no more negotiation. No more coming back. This is what it should have been. And not to turning around to begin to talk about Igbo presidency and the political solution. Walking the evil road, our leader said, come out of. Chike Doziem, China Sanworu, what do you call them? As many of them, even the so-called idiots in South Africa.
They want to eat their cake and have
has
it.
Every God to say that P2B is his brother. He's our brother. Even though we are not supporting him. But see what IPOB has done.
Bam.
What an idiot. What a fool.
What a fool. Serpentine tongues.
Hey! Hello, Beshi.
They want to eat their cake and have it. Yeah. They want to eat their cake and have it. Yes, so
this fool.
I don't know.
Petition writer.
Mom.
Who have consulted the traditional rulers, consulted Ohanese, consulted. Did your leader consult these people for Christ's sake?
Okay.
Did your leader not write these people up for Christ's sake? Why are you turning back to them?
Dogs.
What does that say about you?
Dogs.
What does it say about
you? Back
that you are traitor. That you are saboteur. That you are reaping where you did not sow. Everywhere. Not everywhere. Come out of them before it is late for you. Because there's a time, Ogaro, the hailstone from heaven will rain upon you.
Yes, so.
Biafrans, remnants, I beg of you, please come together and fight the common enemy. You had the Yoruba, what is his name again?
Mayegun.
Mayegun told you,
Koiki,
come out of, fight the common enemy. Our common enemy is Britain and the Fulani. Our common enemy is the international community and the Fulani. Fight them and leave off those trivials you are talking about. Is it not jealousy? Is it not jealousy that you are telling him not to put Nnamdi Kanu's picture? Who are you, bastard? Why would Nnamdi Kanu's picture not go viral? A fighter of humanity, not just Biafra. May God help all of us. Thank you, Biafra. For today.
God bless you. God bless you. God knows and humanity know that we are doing the needful and we cannot stop doing the needful. And through our work, many people will be influenced so that as we are aging, we groom younger generation of those and in their thousands who will be broadcasting to educating Biafrans. So, because as you have said, Mustafa had already said it, and that is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu had been saying for years ago. The Nigerian journalists are being bought over by Nigerian government to work for Nigerian government. That is for Nigerian, collecting money from Nigerian government and keep brainwashing our people. And you hear Mustafa telling you that even many soldiers were killed in Sambisa forest. Even until today, have they stopped killing? The answer is no, because they want to protect those mineral resources there, those precious stones for the foreign invaders, because they want to protect it for them. They kill their fellow soldiers. Then, if they will have the God to be killing their fellow soldiers, and it is because of the same matter they set the southern soldiers up, taking them to Sambisa, killing them. If they can kill their fellow soldiers, you as a private citizen who stand against corruption in Nigeria, how do you think they will spare you? And we see it, they kill the soldiers, they set the soldiers up, killing them in Sambisa. But the killing of the innocent citizens in the south, the middle belt and the outright southern territory, which comprises of the Odudua and the Biafra. You see the Nigerian soldiers and Fulani terrorists killing innocent citizens right in the open. Last time, 2 years ago, or was it early last year, a beautiful Igbo lady was confronted by Fulanis, demanding to have sex with her in the public. The lady refused, and they butchered the lady. They killed the lady, cutting off her head right there in the public. We have been seeing many videos where they catch our girls in the bush for raping them right in the open and videoing them and showing to the public. What have B2B said against that? They will only tell you, vote us in, we will go there and change the situation. That is the campaign they have been campaigning until they voted in Obiano. Obiano said the cost of a human life in Anambra State is 500,000 naira. 500,000 naira at the moment is less than 1,000 euros. It's less than $1,000 for an entire life. While according to God, one life is worth more than all of the properties, all other creatures put together. Only one human life is worth more than that, because humans are created in God's image. This is to tell you the satanic agents who keep deceiving you, promising you heaven and earth, why they do not even know where the heaven exists. Even the earth, they are just managing it for their master, the Satan. Mama Patricia, go on with your memory verse of the day so that we'll just close immediately. Go on with your memory verse of the day. Then,
please, before the memory verse, I want to tell our youth not to accept the drugs, because you can see Mustafa. He said the terrorists are being furnished with the drugs from Afghanistan. And when they take it, everything changes. They don't know if any person is existing. Here not an issue, killing, destroying. So this is what our youth is doing. I hope all Jews of Kano and IPOB and these governors are not giving you this opium. After taking it, freedom is no more your problem. What is your problem is that opium which they give you every day, which you take to forget yourself, forget your history, forget your dreams, forget your aspiration. Come out of it. Come out of drugs. Come out of drugs in whatever form, or where go, or substance, whatever it is. Come out of it before you will drown in it. Thank you very much.
God bless you. So, Patricia.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Give us the word of God.
Yeah, thank you. Biafrans, as it is our custom, which we inherited from our leader that led us back to our Creator and told us for us to live abundantly well, for us to be called children of God, for us to be blessed, we need to heed to his words, because these words are spirits, they are life, they are active, they reshape us, they heal the mindset that Britain, through this opium that Mazi is talking about, that they have been drugging our people. This word from God, the instructions of justice and goodness, it heals the mind. So we have to go back to what we have been instructed by our leader, the God's way. And today being our memory verse time, let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 4, from verses 1 to 10. My brother Colin, so you help us out.
Okay, I read. Therefore, since we do hold and engage in this ministry by the mercy of God, granting us favor, benefits, opportunities, and especially salvation, we do not get discouraged, spiritless, and despondent with fear, or become faint with weariness and exhaustion. We have renounced disgraceful ways, secret thoughts, feelings, desires, and unhandedness, the method and acts that men hide through shame. We refuse to deal craftily, to practice trickery and cunning, or to adulterate or handle dishonestly the word of God. But we state the truth openly, clearly, and candidly. And so we commend ourselves in the sight and presence of God to every man's conscience. But even if our gospel, the glad tidings, also be hidden, obscured, and covered up with a veil that hinders the knowledge of God, it is hidden only to those who are perishing and obscured only to those who are spiritually dying, and veiled only to those who are lost. For the God of this world has blinded the unbelievers' mind, that they should not discern the truth, preventing them from seeing the illuminating light of the gospel of the glory of Christ the Messiah, who is the image and likeness of God. For what we preach is not ourselves, but Jesus Christ as Lord, and ourselves merely as your servants, slaves, for Christ's sake. For God, who said, "Let light shine out of darkness," has shone in our hearts, so as to beam forth the light for the illumination of the knowledge of the majesty and glory of God, as it is manifest in the person and is revealed in the face of Jesus Christ, the Messiah. However, we possess this precious treasure, the divine light of the gospel, in frail human vessel of earth, and the grandeur and exceeding greatness of the power may be shown to be from God and not from ourselves. We are hedged, impressed on every side, troubled and oppressed in every way, but not cramped or crushed. We suffer embarrassment and are perplexed and unable to find a way out, but not driven to despair. We are pursued, persecuted, and hard driven, but not deserted to stand alone. We are struck down to the ground, but never struck out and destroyed. Always carrying about in the body the liability and exposure to the same putting to death that the Lord Jesus suffered, so that the resurrection life of Jesus also may be shown forth by and in our bodies.
Okay, thank you so much.
God bless you.
Friends, I really love this passage. Why? I'm sorry it looks to be lengthy, but every verse in this chapter we are reading today has some striking point to what we are in. The Bible, or the Word of God, it is working both spiritually and physically. And what we are doing is a spiritual thing as well as physical. And we are human beings that are made up of body, soul, and spirit. So everything that is spiritual, it is seen manifesting in the earth physically. The same thing, physical thing, can be compared to spiritual thing. That is why I wanted us to read this very verse, because it portrays the situation that we are in today. From the first verse, it talks about us having this ministry. What is the ministry we are having? We have the ministry to stay in this platform, the platform of truth and honesty, declaring the gospel of truth, which Mazi started, which even our leader of blessed memory started on the same line, which God himself that created us made us to understand. He didn't make any man to be what? To be under bondage, but to be a free man that knows to walk in the light. So that's the ministry. You often hear us say, this is the platform where we do what? Propagate about the truth, preach about liberation, freedom, redemption, to be free. That is the ministry. So we preach to our souls, to our people, so that we will know the right things, as Mazi said. One of these days, my colleague will bring out that same clip where Mazi said the things that we will do and get Biafra. And if we don't do it, we are not getting Biafra. That is the ministry. And this is what we see in the first verse. And then in the second verse says, we have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, walking in craftiness, handling the word of this redemption, or the word of God, deceitfully. We can see people, our people, who are coming out to say that they are working for Biafra, but they have not renounced the dishonesty which Mazi was saying we shouldn't go along with. they have not renounced their mindset to rob, to loot. They have not renounced it. They have not renounced their craftiness. In the morning, they are Biafrans. In the night, they are Nigerians. Like Peter Obi them. And all their followers. And all them that are tipping for him. So, we are now going into the main point that I wanted us to go into. And that is in verse 8, 9, and 10. I need to hurry up because of our time.
Okay, I read.
Verse 8,
9.
it says,
We are hedged, pressed on every side, troubled and oppressed in every way, but not cramped and crushed. We suffer embarrassment and are perplexed and unable to find a way out, but not driven to despair. We are pursued, persecuted, and hard driven, but not deserted to stand alone. We are struck down to the ground, but never struck out and destroyed. Always about in the body.
Thank you.
Okay.
See, my people, Biafrans, you see, where I cited us to go to verses 8 to 10. If you have time on your own, read it. Read it gradually and digest it from verse 1 to the end. But in verse 8 here, it says, we are troubled on every side, but yet not distressed. Have you all seen the struggle of Biafra, the agitation of Biafra? How much more problems and troubles we are getting from international community, local community, left and right, within and without. All demons are out, trying to do what? To distract us. Trying to do the same old tricks that demon did to Adam and Eve to distract them from focusing. But this time they have come way too late. They have come way too late. Because we have taken from the highest command, which is God himself, sending his servant to come and open our eyes and put the wisdom in us, open our eyes to shine like a bright light in the darkness. So all they are troubling to us to distract us, or to put us into a very bad shape so that we forget Biafra. We are not departing from that purpose. So they have troubled us, they have killed us, they have murdered us, they have done so many things. They have accused us, but we keep pushing on. We keep pushing on, dusting it off from our back. Because the truth we know have set us free. We know now who we are. We know our identity. We know our origin. We know we belong to God, and Biafra land is our inheritance. So we are not bothered with all their troubling. Sometimes we get tired, perplexed, but we don't give up. We don't give up. We still march forward. Because Mazi said, we will continue, even if he's the last man on earth. In Biafra land, he will continue to be and to make sure that that land exists. So we are being persecuted from all around. Just like I said, by international communities, by the Janjaweed, by every devil's child in political, government, chiefs, businessmen, the Efulefus, the intellectuals, the irredeemables, everyone. The headsmen, the Boko Haram, they have done their worst to make sure that they close our mouths and bend us down to the grave. But we are still thriving on with force, because God is with us. We are not destroyed, and we're not going to be destroyed. Them will be destroyed. And lastly, always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Jesus Christ, that the life also of Jesus might be made manifest in our life. Always bearing our banner, always bearing the banner of truth, always bearing the message of redemption which God gave to Maz, that vision, that redemptive message that we Biafrans must be free and Biafra must come, must be established. That's what we bear in our body, front and back. Like my brother Colin said one time, we have because Mazi says it's either Biafra or death. Everything in that area will sink inside the earth. So that is what we are saying. We are now putting on our clothes, spiritually and physically, about Biafra, about exiting from that goddamn dungeon of demons. So nothing can get it out from us. We are well prepared from our leader down to the last true Biafran, the remnants. We are marching forward. Everywhere about us is Biafra. Whether we sleep or wake is Biafra. And these few remnants will get the Biafra because God does not work with multitudes. It's with few that are faithful to his ways and works and vision and dream. As Maz is bearing Biafra all over him, spiritually and physically, inside and out, that is how we, his followers, are bearing it. And we are not bearing it with a strange uniform or a strange banner, with craftiness and dishonesty and games of untruthfulness all over. No, such will not get us Biafra. But the real mark and DNA of Biafrans, those who have it, they are the people that will sustain this persecution and come through with victory. Therefore, Biafrans, if you are one and part of this remnant, align yourself very well. Don't mind the persecution, don't mind the intimidation, don't mind whatever lies and accusation being toward to you, but get up, resist, stand firm, and fight for the land. And we will get it, because the prophecy have said it, but we need to put ourselves in that same line of being honest, passionate, frank about it, and then we'll get it. So any of you, Biafrans, that are still dangling with dishonesty and craftiness, mind you, you are the one that will perish, not the ones that have hid to the truth that Maz have given to us. Until next week, meditate on this and stand on the truth and fight for Biafra, for your land, for your family, as God have instructed us. And don't mind the accusations, the persecutions, the killings. Mazi said, they will kill us, we will kill them, and at the end, Biafra will come. So we are ready for everything, passing through the fire and the water and everything, but we will get Biafra. Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless you, Mama Patricia. So, veteran, just go straight ahead within 2 minutes. Give your closing remark to Biafrans while we round up.
Oh, great Biafrans. Ndị Chukwu họpụtara for a special assignment. I greet you all with the greetings of Chukwu Okike Abịama and the greetings of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Chukwu Okike Abịama loves you. Nnamdi Kanu still loves you. That is why he is there in the dungeon. Please, I beg of us all to reciprocate this love. God loved us first And so it is our duty to reciprocate that love. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu loved us first. So it is our duty to reciprocate that love. He is carrying us with him wherever he is. Let us not allow the bad eggs to carry us away, to deceive us. Do not allow them to come with the tricks and deceits of the enemy and lure us away. Guide your loins, for challenges will be there. The road is rough. The road is tough. But there is a saying that only the rough and the tough will always go through. So we need to be rugged in this battle. Let us live up to our right, our freedom. Let us leave all those besetting sins that will deny us of the good things God has prepared for us. Thank you very much until next Sunday, because our evangelism is Sunday. Bear with us, and until next Sunday, it is God's blessing, prosperity, and good reasoning upon your heads. Thank you very much.
God bless you. God bless you, veteran. Biafrans and the world at large, may God really bless you. Additionally, and the program is about to be closed. And you can attest that by the grace of God, not by our own power, that we really mean well for all of us. So we will continue to mean well for all of us. And our well-meaning for the Biafrans and the world at large are evident. That is the reason we debunk others, but nobody debunk us. What can they debunk us for? They can only lie against us, and we come to use the lies against them. Because we are rendering selfless service. We don't relate to get money from Nigerian politicians, whether from Igbo land or from anywhere, because we stand against what they stand for. Because we are real IPOB members, because we are real ardent believers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we follow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's footsteps. We are the protectors of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's inheritance, the legacy he has left, and most especially his message. Yes, this is Biafra Sunday School, and this is what we have, this Sunday School, the teachings we have once in a week, and basically on Sundays, 4 p.m. Biafra land, 4 p.m. according to Biafra time. Then, the major reason I am not regular online this time around is because of my personal work and many other engagements. So apart from the Sunday, anytime, any day, when I have the little time, at least I'll be dropping some other videos. So may God bless you for listening. Remain blessed and use the message for the well-being of the Biafrans. From here, from me, from all of us, we say bye until we meet again
Biafrans.
On Sunday.
Bye. God bless you.
Bye.
Stay strong.
We wish you
and
well.
stay on the path of truth. That's all.
Truth is the only thing that will free us. Bye bye, and God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you, great Biafrans. God bless you.